will kick it off to get us underway. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Astronauts offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense, always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
Now on the option. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here comes the option.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Astronauts decide to punt it away. Slips through the line. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So Michigan's offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
First down for this offense. The hand to the running back. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds.
It's the running back.
Play on that one, and it'll be a first down. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Offense working from the pistol. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Offense gets set for second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. You're trying to break this scoreless tie, and instead you knock it off the post.
Run it with a fullback. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Now on second down. Goes to the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's O'Neal. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Astronauts! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Number 7.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that 1st down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. 1st down here for the offense. They'll run the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Trying to escape and get it himself. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Astronauts will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Bringing it back, it's long. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out. They turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He's looking to throw. He finds his man. A quick tackle made. Ready for the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right down the field in 6 plays and now set up for 1st and goal.
And the Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming down.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
At the 35, he's loose. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out, because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that stuff on the ground.
On the option. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Quickly complete. At midfield, he's got room. He's loose. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Astronauts are moving quickly down the field. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And now on second down for this offense. Running back goes in motion. The option look. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
On the run, fires downfield. Touchdown, Astronauts! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
He's going to bring it out from deep. As much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Wants to throw on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. The freshman able to get home with the sack. And they went right back to the well, and that is a big-time answer from the defense after giving up the explosive play.
Yeah, it's a great job in sudden change, right, Reese? You give up the big one, the play before, so you hustle down, you get lined up. You have no idea what's coming next, but great individual effort by the defender to get to that QB.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. To the ground with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Makes him talk to the hand. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let them do the rest, right? Flip it to them. Let them get outside. Let them run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to them and get them on the perimeter.
Not just do you get to make a big play on defense, but it's also a TFL, tackle for loss. Doesn't get better than that.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost to you.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He's looking to pass. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Astronauts will punt it away on 4th down. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop, and now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. 1st down here for the offense. The quick out.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Hands it off. And the Wolverines are stopped, but not before getting the first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
He'll ride his man on the option. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. On the move, he fires. And the pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you got to have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career interception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. They're trying to get to him. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And that pass intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good... Interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his hand down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Try to get it on the ground. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Astronauts. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. And you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback...
And a sack all the way back at the 5. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he gets downfield for the big catch. That is what you call putting a little air under it and letting your guy run to it.
Exactly right, Reese. It's so hard to track that football when you put so much air underneath it, and I'm trying to run with the wide receiver. He's so used to doing that every single day in practice, and you could tell he saw the ball great, went up and plucked it.
The Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He makes the catch. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
It's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance, and I mean you've got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You've got to work the perimeter to both sides. You've got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. They did right there.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
The aerial assault continues. Quarterback adapted. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! And he added the extra point. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that line.
So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man in the middle. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Quarterback using all of the receivers at his disposal. This time he found the fullback.
And it's nice to have a guy that can block and obviously have the versatility to also catch the football, you know, so you can mix it up and keep that defense guessing.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Snagged in the middle. It's York. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He wants to throw. With the catch, it's O'Neal.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Field goal is good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Oh, he wants it all. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Ann Arbor. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman of being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think that if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Still running at the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On second down, he'll fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Wolverines! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. The AT unit on the field.
You gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. He does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
On the option. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
On the play. Third down coming.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Got it behind the line. It's Matthews. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Astronauts line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Running it back. It's long. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. On first down, here comes this offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Quick release on the RPO.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
with the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. They'll try to tack 1 more on their score. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll go to the ground. Follows that surge up front. He's got 5 out to the 13.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's complete. A huge pickup. Off he goes. The 10. Touchdown, Astronauts. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the...
And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
After trying the running game on 1st down, they come to the line on 2nd down. At the 45 on his way. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
To the ground. He's got it again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
In other stores around the country, Slippery Road 49.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
He's looking to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers and DBs.
Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I know this offense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he's been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. On the option, he'll pull it on the read. Breaks the tackle. Creates a little room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Matthews. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
They'll run the option. The ball is out behind the line. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Here comes the offense on second down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
On the play, it's third down.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Still looking on the move. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
This offense has a second down play. Quarterback checking off. On second down, he's looking downfield. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Gets it out quickly. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They're setting up the screen. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Using the quick game. Touchdown, Wolverines! What a catch and run for 6. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it at the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After the incompletion, it's second and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Quick strike complete. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle. It's O'Neal. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Astronauts have it with a 1st and 10. He'll just keep slinging it. Quick completion on the out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good game. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
And just no hesitation there by the quarterback, right? Primary target not open, so find your check down. Where's my running back? Yeah, I know I'm under pressure, and I know I'm going to get hit, but I'm not taking a sack. I'm going to find a way for us to get a few extra yards here.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. 2nd down coming up. Now on the option. Hard running there. Tackled, but he has a 1st down.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a 1st down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes. Just hit you in the mouth.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. The Astronauts racing to the line in a hurry-up. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Going the other way, and he's got room. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Now the pitch. Low man wins, and he just smashed it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. How about the timing on that pitch?
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the punishment has been extended. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense will take the field again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he dropped it. Incomplete pass in what would have been a huge gain. No defender anywhere around, and he just flat dropped it. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Now on 1st down from the 40.
And that's good enough for 1st down.
He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's O'Neal. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Gets it out fast. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Back to the air one more time. He'll pull it down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Here comes the option. He is stopped short of the line of the game. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now, because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Leaves it with the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game.